Well, that's not good. Well, I guess that's how we're going to start today's episode. Welcome to 628 Productions. I thought today would be a pretty simple episode. I think I've boiled it down. And probably others have had this issue before. I think my QuarterHorse chip has died. So I'm going to tackle that here real quick, get the chip pulled. I think the battery is kaput. Thus, the car has no tune. I don't think GoPro will pick it up here, but key sign, you put the key in. If you just turn it forward like you're going to listen to the radio, the fan kicks on high, and that's usually the tell that the battery has went bad on the chip. So I'm going to swing around the car. I've already actually got the kick panel removed, and then the ECU is down there. So I'm going to take you guys around the car. We'll get that going and see if we can't figure out what's going on here. If you're not aware, the ECU to these cars, you take off this little kick panel piece, which I've already removed, and just be aware that there's a little push pin in there. So if you pull too hard, it'll turn the plastic white. And then typically the ECU is like up inside the column, like up in here. Well, mine's been out, it's been modified, all that stuff. I have relatively easy access. It is hanging right here, thankfully. So I need to take out my computer, and again, pretty confident that the battery on the QuarterHorse has died. Now this has happened to me. This will be the second time. Oh my goodness, can't shut the door today. There we go. That'll be the second time that my QuarterHorse has died on me. So if it happens, the tell sign is you'll turn the key on, your fan, well, you just put the key in forward like you're gonna listen to the radio in the on position, and the fan will kick on high. If you hear that and you have a QuarterHorse, that's the tell that it is bad. I got a punch list of things I'm gonna take you guys through today. On this car, you can probably tell my voice is a little raspy. We're fighting a little bit of a head cold thing here at the house. When the kids go to the preschool, you bring home germs. So here we are, but I'll get the ECU out, show you guys what I'm talking about there. If memory serves me, that's a 10mm that takes the main connection apart. I'll do that and I'll get the chip pulled out here, get the ECU out. Let's see if memory's right. It is a 10mm, all right. All right, she disconnected. Let's slide her out of here. This is a horrible design. I guess that's probably why Ford moved it to the engine bay and all the newer stuff. Man, makes you earn it every time. All right, so there's the computer, and there is the QuarterHorse chip. I think you can see it kind of tucked up in there. Of course, we have the cord that runs out through the dash, and then you can, you know, tune on the fly, which is really the sweet part about the QuarterHorse. But the downside, as we're finding out today, is that it's really just designed for short-term usage. If you know, leave it connected, the battery has a tendency to die, and then you're in this situation. Luckily, it happened in my garage. I was just thinking to myself when I realized this went bad, if this would have happened at the body shop or you know, anywhere else, probably would have been a really freaked out moment for those people. Thankfully, again, in my garage and knowing the common stuff saved us a little bit of that. But I'm going to take these hex bolts out. There's 6 of them. If I know Ford, they're probably a 5.5mm. That's usually their go-to when it comes to small bolts. Cover will come off and we'll expose that chip. So I'm probably going to make out all right in this whole deal. I mean, it seems like a little bit of a headache, kind of a panic moment at first, but if I believe, I have the newer version of the QuarterHorse. I had this happen to me. I'm trying to dig in my memory bank. I want to say around like 2012. My original QuarterHorse chip died. If you have one of the original chips, they soldered the battery to the board. So there was really no option to repair it except a replacement, which at that point, I believe QuarterHorse was kind enough to do a direct exchange. Now I believe there's a cost involvement. Again, there was a little bit of trial and error when these chips first came out in the first batch. Again, I think this one is the upgraded version, but it's been probably 10 years since this last happened to me. So, you know, the QuarterHorse isn't that bad. I mean, it's really cool to keep the chip in here, to swap it out, I guess, every 10 years if you're willing to deal with that. You know, it's not too bad of an option. Let's see what we get here. I really cannot remember. It's kind of funny when the chip went bad the last time. It was where a car was parked and the county was saying, hey, it had to be moved today, and I couldn't do anything. So it was more of a panic moment. I don't know, man. I think they sent me another one where it's soldered on. I'll be damned. They sure did. Well, I guess I'm going to be seeing what we got to do here to get a replacement. Just slide it out there. Let's get us outside the car here. What's up? I don't know. Yeah, it's so when they sent me a replacement, it looks like the replacement I got is another soldered to the board. All right, guys, so it's been a week. I was able to get online to Moats. If you're not familiar with tuning OBD1, Moats QuarterHorse is pretty much the chip you'll need to do any of your data logging or real-time tuning, or, you know, setting things up. It's a really great chip. But again, this is the chip that came out of it, the one at the top. The original design, you can see they soldered the battery to the board. The new chip, that is a replaceable battery. Otherwise, they look pretty similar. I do notice that off of here, they got it kind of like wired to a pin, so I don't know if that means it's getting a constant charge. Or again, this one doesn't have that. That's the only variance that I see between them. But I've got my tune loaded onto the board. At this point, I'm going to reinstall it. Again, it's just the reverse operation of removing it, so not a whole lot of excitement there. Get everything buttoned back up, and hopefully that'll mean I'll be able to finally get this moved out of the driveway. Decent day here in Virginia. Wife and kids are at a birthday party, so my hopes are to get this moved out and then you know, get some things going on it. All of this is really a push because I've been invited to a car show at the Civic Center. So I'm supposed to have my car at the Civic Center next Friday morning. It's about a week from now. So I'm kind of on the clock. Thankful Moats got me this chip in time. I'm going to get right to it. And that went on there extremely easy. I mean, you just push it on. Everything aligns. It's not really that difficult to figure out. After that, again, just got to put the top back on these bolts. Once everything is buttoned in, then I'll hook up the main connector. Probably leave it still kind of hanging loose, just to make sure what I did allows it to start. So let me find a spot to put you all. Listen to some music. I'll do some work. And hopefully we'll be back motoring. And looking at the cover here, doesn't look like there's any sort of required positioning. Looks like it's all the same. All right, let's get to it here. Everything went in just as it should. At this point, I'm going to try to start it. I'll take you guys with me. Hopefully I did everything right. Honestly, I talked to it a little bit and it slid up there like it did, and everything hooked up really smoothly. So feels good. But with these cars, when something feels right, that's always, I don't know, point of concern. Doesn't seem like anything's usually easy on these cars. So we'll see what we come up with here. I hope this is uneventful, but we shall find out. Hey, it's running. Usually it takes a little bit for everything to come back on board. But yeah, there it is. Give it a second. All right. Hey, I'm happy. Nothing ever goes that easy. Nothing. And for some reason on this tune and where we have it right now, it takes a few minutes for everything to kind of figure itself out. You might be hearing it right now. It doesn't sound like it's hitting on everything. We haven't really dialed the tune in all the way. It runs great warm. When it's cold, it takes just a minute of it kind of figuring out who it is, what it wants to do, and then you know, runs like a scalded dog. So I'll give it a few minutes to warm up. This gives me the ability to back the car out. I think it's filthy. It also allowed me to get some other things done that we need to button up here. So this is great. Yeah, and I don't know if you heard it, just smoothed out. Just took a second there, and now it's where it wants to be. So kind of interesting. We're still figuring it out together, but man, I am thrilled. Huge weight off my shoulders. But man, she's out there running, idling. She sounds healthy. I couldn't be happier right at the moment. Like, again, your tune goes bad, kind of get in a little bit of a rush there. You might be able to tell it has a little more rumble right now. It does have the true dual exhaust set up with the boreless that I purchased, and I showed in previous videos if you haven't seen those. So she sounds right, sounding good. She's smoothed out idle. I got a couple things I want to do, and then I'm gonna take you guys out into the wild. We haven't really had any videos of driving. I'm gonna take it out on the Blue Ridge Parkway, see what she'll do. This is the first I've driven the car this year. I think I've driven it very little since I've had it back, so probably won't film a whole lot. I just want to feel the car, you know, get used to it, remember things. I mean, I don't know, it's just kind of a surreal moment right at the moment here. It's been so long since I've driven the car where it's actually ran correctly. So I'm gonna take it in. I'm gonna take you guys over to the Parkway, see if we can't get some shots over there. But I'm just gonna motor, man. This is great. Oh my gosh. Usually right now it's just, you know, praying that a hose don't fly off and stuff like that. Now we're in good running order. It's just really, again, hard to put into words how this feels. I just want to, again, feel out the brakes and the traction and everything. It's just been so long since I've been in a Super Coupe. I don't want to goof off and regret that I did. So just gonna enjoy. Gosh, I forgot how much fun this car is. Just really feels great to be back in it. I've done a few 0 to about 70 pulls, and this car is just violent. I forgot. Going through a tunnel, mandatory. Oh man, I forgot. I really forgot. Woo! That's awesome. It's good to be back in a Super Coupe. Cool thing about the Parkway is just a slow cruising road, so I'm just gonna slow cruise. There's supposed to be some really nice scenic overlooks this direction. I've never went to them. As weird as it sounds, I really haven't explored the Parkway to the north of Roanoke. So, and oh my goodness, man, I really live in a beautiful area. I forget that this is in my backyard and take it for granted most days. I mean, just absolutely stunning, and so quiet up here, man. It's just absolutely beautiful.
car is running amazing. I mean, I cannot put into words how well this car is running now. Wow. It's really takes my breath away, to be honest with you. Just I haven't really enjoyed the car probably in the last year of filming for you guys. It's just mostly been trying to get to this point right here, you know, take my car to a beautiful scenic overlook. So silly. Oh, but man, I am just thrilled. I wanted to come up here with the drone. I don't really know what I want to film. Like, I'm just I'm glutton, I'm giddy, I don't know. Like, I'm waiting for something to break. It's a terrible thing to say, but as a Super Coupe owner, anybody can relate. Like, if you just get to this level of modification, you're just waiting for something else to, the other shoe to drop. Like, you're glutton for punishment all times. But man, I'm just thrilled. I wish you guys are here with me. I don't even think the GoPro will capture how beautiful this is. So again, I'm gonna get the drone out, see what we can see down there. Well, it never fails. I get real excited and then my GoPro battery dies. So we're here on the cell phone. Hopefully the photography is about the same level, but we're at the Great Valley now. This might be better than the last one. This is the other side of the mountain. Oh my gosh, just absolutely gorgeous. Incredible, man. Again, I forget how blessed I am to have this in my backyard, and you're just, you know, we're right on the top of the mountain here, and you can see the same the other way, but beautiful. Got a little spot you can go up here, eat lunch. It's a great day. It's about 50 here in Virginia. It's making the car super happy. Yeah, and I'm used to driving it in the summer and then it overheats, and I'm hot because the AC setup isn't fully functional. You know, today's light coat weather, and just absolutely beautiful scenery. I'll have to bring the kids up here someday. Like, again, this is right in my backyard. It's kind of bad that you know, you don't take advantage of that more. I know it's here, but you know, I guess life gets in the way and you just forget. But blessed the guys. Super Coupe's got me feeling some type of way. I'm gonna head back home. Again, let me see if I can flip this camera around. I'm not used to doing things on my phone. Can't see myself, but I think this will work. But I'm gonna head back home again. Getting the car running was just the start of today's journey. I have a car show. I gotta get this thing ready. I just wanted to make sure it run. We're in business, man. It's a good feeling. Again, last time I took it to a show, well, major show, it was on a car trailer, so it feels good to be able to drive it.
Well, after 2 years, the MDA Auto Show has made its way back to the Berglund Center. This comes after the pandemic prohibited large gatherings in the Berglund Center. The MDA, which stands for Muscular Dystrophy Association, hosts this annual car show to raise money to go towards life-changing treatments for those affected by the disease. And the show has been happening for over 40 years. Some cars on hand were Mustangs, older cars, and custom-made cars.
Well, guys, as you can see, had a good time at the MDA Car Show. Super nice stuff there. Again, really thrilled to be a part of the show. Again, it was really nice taking my car out on the Parkway and enjoying it. And I don't know if any of you picked up on it, but I said the one thing, and I said a couple times in this video, I'm always waiting for the other shoe to drop. So the shoe dropped. And not really anything huge, but it's been like these little nickel and dimes and like little small trial and error things with this car. So turn you around. The car showed great at MDA. I got a lot of compliments. A couple people have seen it there, complimented it. When I was on the cruise with the Parkway, on the way home, I started hearing a noise, and I'll post a clip of that. And I thought it sounded like a bearing noise, like maybe the bearing in this need to be greased or something. But I determined it was the alternator. It was coming from this area. Then I also determined that it went away if the RPMs were above 2 grand. So again, I found this out literally days before I had to go to the car show. So
I'm miles away from the Civic Center. I figured not a big deal. Drove it there. As I was actually driving into the event center to show the car, the noise got worse. And when I opened the hood or popped the hood at that point, and you'll probably be able to see it now, there's just metal flake all over the engine bay. So at that point, knew for certain it was the alternator. The alternator gave up. So we're in the show. I let it sit. You know, it shows well. Everybody, again, enjoyed it, complimented it, did fine. Hook up the battery to leave the show. When I started it up, I came out to check out what was going on. I saw sparks fly out of the alternator. And I watched the voltage gauge go to 0. So I said, oh, crap. Let me drive this thing home. Again, 8 miles before I have no battery. I didn't really think a tow was necessary. So pretty well pinpointed at that point, alternator's bad. I'm just bringing you guys out here. I popped the hood. Oh my goodness, what's this here? That's part of the alternator. Okay. Oh my God. All right. There it is. Yeah, see, there's a big chunk of, I don't know, of the internals. I don't know. I also noticed that I'm missing a chunk or missing one of the fans out of the case. So kind of puts me in a new dilemma here. This is a one-off alternator. You can't buy a chrome alternator for these cars. They don't sell an aftermarket chrome alternator for these cars. That alternator was sent off to a chrome shop. They chromed it. Then it was built. Supposed to last forever. The guy that built it built stereos. He was supposed to give it the best and greatest of everything. That's hot rodding. You know, sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. That brings me to this car. I guess what I'm thinking at this point, you can remove that front cage, and you know, if I can remove the front cage off of this one, I have a bunch of spare alternators. It may not be the one off of the car, but I certainly do not want to put, you know, something that looks as this one does on a car that looks like that. You know, it's just one of them things. So that's where we are. So, you know, it's been a journey. I went to the MDA Car Show, which was a very big high. That was a pivotal moment for me. I've wanted to have my car. I've wanted to have my car in a show where, again, you're invited. It's not just roll up. Like they hand selected everybody that was in there, which is awesome. It's a good feeling, you know, to know that they've deemed this car quality enough to be, you know, in that show. So that was a great feeling. But again, the chip was issue 1. Enjoyed the car for about a 20-minute ride, and now we're at the alternator. So definitely working out the bugs on this one. Man, I just feel like I'm so close every time. But I guess we'll work on that. We'll keep moseying on. Hopefully, you know, next time I pick you up the camera and talk to you all, we figured out the issue and made some progress here to get this thing back on the road. I still have a lot to do here. Depending, again, where you are, I have put some Cobra R's. Those are some 17 by 9s that I had some on a spare car. I had some new tires. Again, my purpose on this car is to get it put back together, presentable, mechanically sound. I need to get a paint job on it, which has to happen sooner or later, and then move it out of the garage. So need to get motivated. As you can see, it's once again collected a lot of stuff from other projects. So appreciate you guys. It's really a fun journey to be here with you all on YouTube. If you're liking the channels, please subscribe, leave a message. I read them, I take them to heart. I know there's a lot of things you all want to see. One of which recently was taking out back window. I don't know how quickly that'll be, but I do have a parts car, and I would be interested to see as well what that would be like. I got a couple questions on how to do the Mustang hub swap. Might get into that
depending on, you know, where we are in the year. So I appreciate you guys. I can't say it enough. You guys make the channel, the interactions keep me going. So appreciate you. Have a good one. We'll be back. Talk to you later.